Hey everybody, John Lorden here with another episode of Johnny Vlogs to start your week for today, September 25th, 2017. Before we jump in today's topic, of course, as usual, I have to thank all the wonderful new people that have kicked on to Patreon and are helping to support me. Starting with Morgan is now pledged. Thank you, Morgan. Brandon Yoder is now pledged. Thank you so much, Brandon. Pamela Doss actually increased her pledge. Thank you, Pamela. I really appreciate that. Holly Lindquist is now pledged. Hello, Holly. Wendy Lyons Cameron is now pledged. Thank you so much for the support, Wendy. Rose Stakowitz. Hope I got that right. Rose, hello. Thank you so much for your help. And Grace Ochieng, or Ocheng. Hope I'm saying that right, Grace, but thank you. Thank you so much for helping to support the channel. Also, I had someone reach out to me and ask, John, is there some way to send you money via PayPal? Because depending on where you are in the world, sometimes you get taxed for using Patreon in some pretty severe way. So Christine Peterson, hope I'm saying that right. It could be Peterson. Christine, thank you so much. She donated directly by sending money using PayPal to john@lordenarts.com. So that's another way you guys can help donate to me and help keep the shows going if you would like to do that. Okay, today's topic, bit of an interesting one. So we have what's supposed to be a letter that might have been written by the devil himself. I know it sounds like a stretch, and I thought the types of websites I'd find information on this would be not too easy to lean on or believable, but I'm seeing this news article at Fox News. I'm seeing it at the New York Post. I'm seeing it at some pretty notable news agencies. So I did want to share it with you guys. There was a nun. Her name is Sister Maria Crocifissa della Conzione. Of course, if you picked up that might be Italian, you're right. She was at a convent in southern Italy. And this was 361 years ago. And apparently something happened where she blacked out. She woke up, she had ink all over her face, and she had a number of pages in her hand that she had supposedly written on while she was passed out. Now, from the story seemed to vary a little bit from what I'm hearing, but it seems like there was numerous pages initially, and now, you know, over 300 years later, there's only one of these pages that still remains. And supposedly, these pages were actually put up somewhere in the convent where they could be seen. Now, it's not like the letter is, hey, you know, this is the devil. I'm here to tell you guys what you're doing is wrong. Although the message might be kind of like that. It was actually encrypted. It was written using a combination of several different languages. So no one has been able to understand what these letters have said until now. Thank you to someone working with the dark web. Danielle Abate, director of the Ludum Science Center in Catania, Sicily, had done some work on this. They got computer scientists working on the dark web, where they basically got software that is used for breaking encryptions. They loaded up this software with several different old languages, and all of a sudden they started getting responses that seemed to make some sense in terms of the wording, which apparently Danielle wasn't even really expecting them to get. You know, things that they could actually read and make sense of, but that's exactly what she got. So according to these articles, there's 15 lines to this letter. However, and I looked around, I can only find 3 of these lines that have been translated. And I'm really surprised that someone hasn't released the whole thing altogether. But from what these articles are saying, some of the other lines don't quite make sense, or they just seem like rambling, something like that. So here are the 3 lines that are being most frequently quoted on these articles. God thinks he can free mortals. This system works for no one. Perhaps now Styx is certain. Certainly kind of a dark message going in there. Isn't necessarily saying, hey, this is a message from the devil, at least not in these lines. But remember, there was numerous pages. There's multiple lines on this one page, and we don't have any of that information. They did look into the nun's history, and apparently she was a very good linguist. She spoke many different languages. So the assumption that's kind of coming out in these articles is that perhaps she was suffering with some type of psychological disorder, and she actually wrote this herself. So, you know, it's interesting. I wonder about it because the way that it's decoded or encoded, did she really know that she was writing this type of thing? I mean, if you're a nun and you're writing some things that are, you know, against the big man upstairs, probably not the best thing to do, particularly if you're living in a convent. So was this her way of maybe being able to express herself with maybe some frustrations she was having with religion, but she encoded it so that no one would really be able to figure it out until, you know, computers came along 361 years later and did it? I don't know. And I don't think we'll ever know. Unfortunately, you know, she has long since passed away. There's no one that we can really ask about this. There's no one that we can talk to. But it is interesting to know experts are looking into this now decoded message. Could it really be a message from the devil? Is it the ramblings of a woman that might have been frustrated with where she had taken her life? Or is it someone that is dealing with a psychological disorder? Is there something else going on here possibly? I don't know. I really wish I could do a full-blown brain scratch on this topic, but everything that I've told you is basically all that is out there about this. There is just such little information. Now, admittedly, this just broke about a week ago, so maybe there'll be some more information to come out later, but that's really all there is to this mystery at this point. If, you know, if some new info comes out, maybe I'll do a follow-up on it. But I'm very curious about your thoughts about what's going on with this case. Could this whole thing be whipped up just by these researchers? Maybe they're trying to get a grant or something. I don't know. There's a lot of different ways to look at this. Tell me what you think about it in the comments below. And thank you, as usual, for spending a little time with me here on Johnny Vlogs. Hope you guys are getting ready to have an awesome week, and I'll see you back here tomorrow on the Lord and Arch channel.